Clairewood's just a stone's throw away. Chad and I would, on occasion, we'd walk there.
Okay.
With $50, we could play £6 a race.
race.
And if we don't win the first race, we don't have pie, chips, and gravy.
Good pie, chips and gravy.
Clairewood was
pie,
good.
chips and gravy.
Yeah, also they had
Yeah.
a good grounding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Horses to Follow for KwaZulu-Natal with myself, Warren Lenferner, and my bushy-haired friend and colleague, Andrew Harrison, on the far side. They tell me that, before we go on, you're okay, you're all right.
I'm all right, yes.
Okay, they tell me that the Ashburton bird life has gone down, is depleted because of all the feathers on your hat.
Yeah, I know, the cat's a good hunter.
Cat's a very good hunter. Okay, it gives me great pleasure to welcome our two friends and our two guests to the Horses to Follow podcast, Chad and Brendan. We're not going to tell you exactly how they are or who they are just yet, but we're going to greet them. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Lovely to have you with us.
Cheers, thanks for being here.
We've got to be careful now, Andrew. I mean, our guests are getting younger and younger. We're getting older and older.
Yeah, I know, well, it's good that they're getting younger and younger. We've died of old bloody bullies.
Right, Chad and Brendan are two racehorse owners. We're going to find out about them in a moment, and we're going to learn about them, and then we're going to, of course, go through the card for the weekend, and we're going to give you a bit of news, though, to start. Gents, you relax and enjoy your water, and it should be far better to, 10:15, a bit early for a beer or a gin and tonic.
The bottle's still open.
Never too early.
See, they put the two dronkies on that side, eh? Okay, let's go. Andrew, sales number one is this coming Sunday, where Alistair, I nearly said Alistair Gordon. Alistair Cohen is making his debut as an auctioneer. But it's
there's got a bit of competition because Safisa was pretty good.
He was very good, Fisa. Yeah, he was very good. And
did he not sell the top lot?
Yes, he did.
He did. Can you believe it? How's that for good luck? I mean, not good luck, but you know what I mean. A great start. Great start.
So Alistair got big boots to fill.
He's got big boots to fill, and his cat. So that's it. It's De Grendel at the De Grendel Wine Estate.
That's right.
And then on the what are we here? The 15th and 16th of April, the Bloodstock South African National Yearling Sale. Those catalogues have just been released, so that's going to be an exciting.
When's that sale, what?
Pardon?
When is that sale?
15th and 16th of April. Did you nod off for a moment?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. At least you're honest. Okay, the National Yearling Sale. The catalogues are out. Ashburton, tell us about that. And one of the trainers has gone in for an op.
Yeah, no, it's all good at Ashburton. Unfortunately, Gary Rich has one kidney's packed up on him.
Okay.
So he's having it taken out today. I told him he must bring it back so we can use it for bait in the dam at the side there.
You're a terrible, okay.
So he's probably under the knife at the moment as we speak.
Yeah, well, we hope he gets better quickly. Shame he's battled with his health, cancer, absolutely everything he's had. Poor old Gary.
He's a
Heart.
Good battler, Gary.
Yeah, he's a fighter, and no doubt he'll be back into the firing line. Okay, we wish him a speedy recovery. But other than that, Ashburton, everything all right?
It's all tidy there.
How's your mate, Spooky Humby?
Spooks, as usual.
As usual. These two young men.
I get worried in the morning if he greets you and he's
your mate's come to see you.
When he greets you and he's being very nice to you, then you've got to be bloody nervous.
You want something.
You want something.
Yeah. or you've done something wrong. I tipped his horse the other day. Crikey, did I get bloody...
He does. He must be superstitious. Every single time we tip it at us, as you send me a text, as they went past, like you said, even I couldn't stop that.
Yeah.
Star act.
Yeah.
Very good one.
Good horse.
But you chaps have got
horses with
a horse with Shane. I mean, he's horrible to us as his mates. What's he like to his owners?
He gives little away.
He gives very little away.
He isn't a man of many words.
Yeah.
But I think it's a big softy once you can crack that exterior.
Yeah. Born in the same area, grew up in the same area as us. So
Okay, fantastic.
we know his ways. We've got the similar ways.
Okay, Andrew, so Ashburton's all fine. On our Gold Circle Facebook page, you would have seen the photography with the Vaughan Marshall horses that have arrived, or some of them that are arriving. Dean Canama's a lot are coming in tomorrow. Justin Snaith's been bringing some in, so fantastic. It really is fantastic.
Yeah, it's good that they're coming nice and early for champion season. I think we're going to have especially for the 3-year-olds, I think we're going to have a cracking champion season. Because, those Joburg horses, they won very easily. Malmus and
War of Athena.
Okay, so but Andrew, still it's the way they won. I mean, they're very good.
No,
horses,
they
so
actually
they
cruised
do it,
over.
cruised home,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so KZN's, well, South Africa's champion season's around the corner. We welcome the visiting horses and visiting trainers into the province and all who are connected to them. Can you believe at that time a year again?
Jeez.
Hey, isn't it amazing?
Time
Christmas.
flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely.
Well, it's my last champion season, so
You're retiring, unfortunately.
I'm retiring.
It's very sad,
I'll
eh?
sit and watch you from my couch with a beer.
So now I've got big boots to fill.
Now, we all know of... sorry, before we move on to the next point about the Hollywood Punters Challenge, social media, marketing, etc., digital is the way to go. Now, I want to ask Chad and Brendan, and please feel free to give us an honest opinion. The Gold Circle...
Well, they're not going to lie to you.
The Gold Circle social media, I mean, as we said, the horses have arrived. You guys follow that. Fresh, good? Any improvements?
No, it's very good. Yeah, 100%.
Getting better.
Okay.
Getting
Good.
better.
Okay, well, that's
Do
good.
you appreciate it, though? I mean, we're not wasting our
We
time.
know.
Yeah.
100% appreciate it, yeah.
Yes, I think you have to take the good with the bad. Not everything is going to appeal to everybody, but most stuff, especially people in racing, they like to be kept up to speed.
Especially when they can't. I mean, obviously, not everybody that loves racing can't come and see the horses arriving.
100%,
So
yeah.
to actually take that experience to them,
To them.
and that's just one art. You know, we're talking about podcasts, we're talking about articles that you and David and everybody write. So, okay, well, that's good. It's good to know that. And not everybody's got time to comment too. You know, you go on, you check the update, you move on to
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else. So it's not not everyone's got time to go and engage in a conversation. We'd like them to. Okay, yesterday, Hollywood Bets Punters Challenge. Goodness gracious me, they put up a challenge, 1 point something odd million or 1.4 million was the final prize, and a gentleman who you mentioned his name,
Well, I saw his name on the leaderboard, Russ.
Russ, yeah,
Russ
yeah.
Zedin.
Seven. Well, he had 7 out of 8 winners. He went into the last race on Good Time Guy, and for all intents and purposes, I mean, we really thought this horse couldn't lose, but unfortunately, it did. And Russ took it well. I mean, I read the article that Lance did with him on the Sporting Post, and I would have been, I don't know, I would have had to. First of all, I would have had to be tranquilized going into the race, and second of all, when I got beat, I wouldn't have been happy.
Yeah, what's the worst thing is I spoke to Gavin Van Zyl just now when we walked in there, and he said the bloke dropped the whip on Good Time Guy.
Yeah,
He said, "Oh, how bad luck is that?"
yeah,
He
absolutely.
was given every chance. He
Yeah.
sat just behind the leader.
Yeah, he was given a beautiful position, and that he was given a lovely run in transit. And Gavin actually mentioned it to me yesterday at the races. He said that his horse was probably in slight need of the run, but he still thought he'd be very competitive and be able to just about win.
Yeah.
And with the stick, we know that the stick debate has been going on and on. It's not a case of they need to be thrashed and beaten. It's a persuader. Those sticks. It's like taking this computer form, rolling it up, and making that noise. And it's. I'm not saying it made a difference, but maybe that type of horse needed a bit of urging, which unfortunately he couldn't get.
Yeah.
You would have been happy to have that as your last.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. But there must have been a consolation. Surely 6 out of 7, 6 or
I
7 out of 8.
think they do reward the top 10 on the leaderboard
Okay.
per each
Meeting.
meeting.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So
10,000 rand, and then
I was also close. I finished about 4,000 something.
you did much better than me. I was, I think, 9,998. But I made Graham Hawkins laugh yesterday. He says to me, "Who's this guy? Do you know the guy that's about to win the 1.4 million?" I said, "I don't know who he is now, but I'm about to find out." Because
We need a loan, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
the sale coming up.
Sales coming up right time.
Okay, right. Let's focus our attention on to Chad and Brendan. Don't worry about that. I'll get back to them. Now, first of all, tell us about your family. I'll start with you, Brendan. Tell us about your family. Obviously not your family tree. I've got a family forest. My family's so big, but tell us about your folks, or your wife, or girlfriend, or your kids. Or I know nothing about you.
None of the above.
Okay.
I'm a single entity, completely and utterly unencumbered.
And looking. It's on the market, ladies.
I grew up with my parents in Montclair.
Okay.
That's where I met Chad. Been lifelong friends since the same football club from under 6s. I have an older sister and 3 nieces. She She has 3 daughters. And from Montclair, Clairewood is just a stone's throw away. Chad and I would, on occasion, we'd walk there.
Okay.
With $50, we could play 6 rand a race.
race.
And if we don't win the first race, we don't have pie, chips, and gravy.
Pie chips and gravy.
Clairewood
was
pie
good.
chips and gravy.
Yeah, also they had
Yeah.
a good grounding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so how old are you,
That's me,
Brendan?
that's I'm 31.
31.
I'm
Okay.
31, yeah.
Chad. So
41.
Grew up in the not 41, but grew up in the same area, Montclair, born and bred. Like a lot of the guys in the industry, actually, same area. Racing was in the family. Punting. My dad owned back in the day with a trainer called Brian Cherry.
Okay.
Michael Roberts used to ride. I
Right,
see the black and white pictures on the wall. So it's always been a dream to get involved. We've always been on that side of the fence. And when in school we were friends with Dean Canamay's stepson at the time. So we used to spend a lot of our holidays at Clairewood, Dean Canamay stables. Used to run around there, run a mock.
Fridays after work.
Loved it.
Back at Clairewood.
Okay. Jeez.
Loved it.
Dynasty, Expressway, Eye the Tiger.
You guys have obviously we'll get to that in a moment because you now become owners and punters, but there's 3 of you, is that right?
4.
4.
The fourth one is in the UK. You can't come in. You can't come at moment.
When I say you don't race in it's not a syndicate.
No,
You're
no.
each registered individually.
We registered
Partnership.
Okay. So Chad and Brendan are with us. Tell us about the 2 that are. Well, obviously, we couldn't get the chaplain from the UK.
Okay, so we actually Stella Indoor at Glenwood.
Okay.
Every Monday afterwards, beers
and goes to the top school in the area across the road, Glenwood Prep.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's Stella just across from the park there.
100%. So I think every Monday, same group of 4 beers, and we say, hey, we're gonna get a horse. We're gonna get a horse, and eventually, yeah, we are.
we got
a horse, and at that time he left to the UK, Carl Stalky.
Okay.
He left to the UK, so unfortunately we're still happy to have him involved, and we're glad he's involved. That shows his love because he's not getting the experience that we're getting.
Well, at least he's earning
Yet
in pounds. He can
You
so he mustn't leave us anytime soon.
So, but also too, what's nice is we're talking about social media and all that. What's also lacquer is that. He's able to. It's all on your phone.
Yeah,
you can see it there.
No,
he
loves
it.
We
Send him
updates
updates. He's asked us.
Yeah. So.
And then the other guy, Jared Eady, knew nothing about the game. Absolutely nothing, but ever willing.
No, yeah, he's one you take with you to the trenches.
Yeah, ever willing. We just
Don't
asked
have to
him.
convince him or twist it. Jared, I'm doing this. I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jared, we're
that's
doing
exactly
that.
what it was. And we came up to Summerfeld. Breakfast got him hook, line, and sinker. Got all of us hook, line, and sinker. And he's from there. He's just been in love with the game.
He loves his horses.
In love with the game.
Okay, so that's the 4.
And he never knew a thing about it.
Guys,
What's nice about it is you got 4 blokes,
yes,
good buddies, and then go to the races and have fun. Because that's
100%.
basically what it's all about.
That's
correct.
The whole
Exactly
game
what
is
it's all about,
fun.
yeah.
As I've said to a lot of people, Andrew, anything in life, whether these books are on sale for 500 Rand, you buy it for 500 Rand and you want to sell it, you obviously want to try and sell it for 600 Rand to make your money back and a little bit of a profit. And so you go, horse racing, you invest. Obviously, you want to, if it's costing you 10 grand a month, you want to try and get your 10 grand back. But it's for me, maybe I'm speaking for me, and it's not all about that. It's, it's entertainment. I mean, the amount of money I've done punting and owning horses since I was in standard 8, it's scary, but I love it because people play golf. They go to golf. They're going to spend 1,200 Rand, 2 grand on a game of golf. What do they get out of it? Enjoyment. So yes, like every investment, you want to try and
keep their tempo. And
absolutely. So you want to try and get some cash back. The advice I'm trying to give is that if you're going to get into racing, expecting and only wanting to show a profit, then I think you must relook at it again.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But
rather play golf.
Correct, yeah, because it's all about the animal, the experience,
100%.
the ambience.
The animal first.
Coming and having a look at what the surroundings, breakfast, races, having some fun. Okay, how has your interest in racing, or has it affected any of your other non-racing mates? Do they have a jewel? Do they come to the night racing? Has it affected them?
2 of them recently were allowed into the parade ring, and Yogus had a winner on the day.
Right.
So the partner in Filippo, who broke the track record that day, he invited everybody inside to all lead him in.
Okay.
But 2 of the non-racing guys got a bit nervous. They got cold feet. But Chad and Jad were there.
I let it in.
Chad and Jad were there. had their pictures taken. We're getting used to the feeling.
Yeah.
Hopefully that continues.
Do you think that do you say they get cold feet, and it's understandable? Do you think the racing experience from somebody that might not know, does it come across as intimidating? Could we change anything to make it not intimidating?
I think without us, it would be for them. But because we are involved here, we've brought them to breakfast, we've taken them to the stables. I think that's like knocked down some sort of
barrier.
Yes. Yeah.
The thing is with racing, it's such a complicated game. I mean, you can be in it for 40 years, like me, and you still learn every day. I mean, there's still
Never
things
too
that
old
I
to
don't never know.
Yeah.
But you just talk to someone and say, oh, geez, okay, is there really a... and then you try and explain that to someone who's off the street. And it is intimidating. And I've been corresponding with a bloke in Joburg. He's trying to become a punter. I want to stick him out properly soon. But but trying to explain, how horses ride and
different bet types.
Not even he knows the bet types. He knows how to lose his money. That's no problem. It's a case of trying to teach him about horses. They like some of them run in cycles and what a compression mask is, do blinkers work, Adamites front back, we did that the other day.
Yes, yeah.
And by the end of the session the bloke's confused. Yeah.
But anyway, it's work in progress and we're going to keep going on. Guys, what schools did you go to?
We went to New Forest.
Isn't that
Lafferty School.
Lafferty.
Yeah.
It's all the same area. Barnclay, Woodlands, Yellowwood Park. We all play for the same soccer clubs. Ramblers, Wanderers, Yellowwood Park.
Okay. And New Forest, excuse my ignorance, it wasn't a co-ed school, no, it was just a...
It was all
Initially
boys.
it was an all boys
school. And
but
then
when we went there,
Okay.
thank God it wasn't.
I must just check with my... I must just check because my wife came from that area as well, and I must just check which school she matriculated.
Moat Park, maybe?
That's exactly where she matriculated. Quite right. That's right. She's got a better memory than me. I hope she doesn't...
No, I was just guessing. Not many high schools here.
Yeah, that's exactly where she matriculated. Okay. Let's take it right back. How did you get into you've told us about Clairewood days, etc., and you went and had pie and coke and a couple of bets. But how did you get involved? When you said, right, boys, friends, we're getting involved. We're buying a horse, we're taking a share in a horse or whatever it is. Who did you approach? How did it all start?
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't have much to do with that. Because of coronavirus, I was working from home. I came home because I actually reside in Johannesburg. So I came home and Chad and Kyle had already started things off with Shane. Shane attended a sale. Kyle and Chad wanted something a little bit out of their price range. So we went back to the drawing boards, gathered the troops, and we came again. And you'll take it from there.
Yeah, so we tried. We failed. Obviously we don't have huge amounts of money to get involved. Sure. So we're just looking for the cheapie there to have fun, exactly.
Absolutely.
That. And then I went away with my wife to a place called Ndaka, and on one game drive I met Mark McCarty. I never knew him from a bar of soap. I just saw the bloodstock. He had a bloodstock jacket on. So I approached him and I said, "Are you involved in the horses?" He said, "Yes, I own Rathmore." And so I said, "Well, what we try to do, how we try to get." He said, "Hey, don't go to the sale. It's your first time. Come see me at the farm whenever you're free. Come see me at the farm. See what you like, and we'll help you go forward." And that's where we purchased our first. When I met him there, I was like, "Oh no, this is fate. Now we have to get involved in something."
He phoned me from the game drive.
But I'll tell you, that is such a small world because, goodness gracious me, while driving here, I was on the phone to Mark McCarty. I had no idea that you and him had made contact like that. And in actual fact, we were going to get married on his farm because he and his wife Tanya were very instrumental in Candice and I getting together. Very instrumental. So what a small world that is. He won't let me chase him.
Okay, I'll keep quiet.
I'll keep quiet. He's still my mate, but I'm still very happily married. But what a small world.
Yeah,
because,
so
great man. Great man. Have you
lovely
been to
family,
Rathmore?
yes.
We
We went there, we got
Of
that.
course, went and picked the...
So you've been watching that boy from small, And great family.
Jeez, what, and Brad and all
And
the
Brad,
others,
yes.
Brad
what a
become a
story.
friend of ours.
Ever willing to help you.
He's just got engaged, Brad.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Ever
he
willing.
does
And Devon,
Billy's
the-
rides.
yes, correct. There's Billy's rides. What a small world. Okay, so that's how it all started. And at the moment, how many horses? I never declare the true amount because somebody said, "How many horses do
I
you
don't
got?"
think we should either.
I say I've
One.
got, I say 2. Meanwhile, it's 12. But no, so
It started with 1, and that was the plan. 1.
okay,
In September, 6
Yeah.
months ago, we had 1 horse.
right.
It's gone to 2.
Okay,
Then we've met more people and we've got involved, so it's gone 3.
okay.
So now it's at 4.
Now there's 4.
There we go. You could say 1 for each member of the
Yeah.
clan. yes.
4 and 1's run and probably just ran 2 weeks ago. So
Okay.
we got involved in 4 before 1 had even run.
Yeah. The first horse we got hasn't even run yet. The 4th horse we got run twice.
Let me tell you, the first horse must have been with Shane Humby.
No.
No.
These are 2-year-olds talking about.
You got a beard. By the time Shane's was running, your beard will be down there.
Okay, so that's 4. That's fantastic. No winners yet?
We've only had the one
One run.
which was
He's
a
run twice. Yeah.
run twice.
Okay.
He ran 5th on debut, and then he slightly disappointing next time out.
Okay.
And then another one on the weekend.
Okay, but now we'll get to that one on the weekend. But obviously, you say slightly disappointing. We understand. I mean,
No, we
it's okay,
understand
We
that.
understand. But it's people. Some people get disappointed and get the SH1Ts
Yeah.
and get the complete needle. Which is also maybe a little overkill because
That's
you
the
get
thing you've got to
disappointed.
understand.
You've got to
the
be in
game.
it for the
Understand
right
the game.
reasons as
Correct,
well.
correct. That's
You
exactly.
have
right
to be in it
reasons.
for the right reasons.
So you got with your horses are with you got 4 and there's Shane and Yoga's Governor.
Yeah. 2 at Shane, 2 at Yoga's.
The 2-year-olds obviously with yogas. Sorry, it's Summerfelds. I should say that. 2-year-olds at Summerfelds.
Yeah, but we
Do you go up to see Spooks tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
I think I'll duck the ring. I'll just get into trouble.
Let's talk about those 2 men though. Shane Humby, we make we have a joke and he actually's got a very good sense of humour.
Yes.
Top quality horseman,
Yes.
good team,
Absolutely.
Great horseman.
trained winners his whole life. And although he gives us a hard time, we give him a hard time. He's just great.
No, he's a good man.
Yogas.
No, but he gives as good as he gets. Shane.
Yeah.
He gives as good as he gets.
And of course, Yogas
Oh.
trained the Met winner. I mean, just the name escapes me for a second. I'm getting old.
Marshall Eagle.
Marshall Eagle,
That's
yeah.
right, Marshall Eagle. And also a passionate man.
Oh, again,
Gets-
another guy we just spoke to him over WhatsApp.
He broke the ice twice.
Met him once, and that was it.
Yeah.
I think if we get a 5th one, so probably we'll go to yogas.
Yogas is he knows how to get winners.
Well, the
That's
fifth one, that'll run before the other 2.
Yeah, well, they are my ideal world in his defense, so
right,
he has a bit of time on his side.
in actual fact, there's a horse that we're going to talk about later on starting on Sunday that I've been following of Yogas's, and I'll mention it to him. That horse, Anton Marcus is riding it. Blue and white colours. Baby Express.
Express.
It's nothing. I'm battling with remembering names, John. What's your name again?
George.
Right. Next question for you, for the team is, what is yes, everybody says winning, so I understand that and the thrill, but what is it? You can see just talking, the passion, the vibe, the feel is all there, and it really. And you might say, oh gosh, he's being all wishy-washy again, but that's fine. For me, who's sick for the game, like you are, it just gives me renewed hope. It gives me that lovely feeling that there's life out there, there's hope out there. Yes, 3 of us or 4 of us can't make the game survive. We understand that, but we hopefully our passion rolls on to everybody else. But what is it about racing that you enjoy the most?
So it has to be first and foremost the horse.
Okay.
I think we've just got an avid love for the horses, and when you come here and you see them work and you see them build up to a race and you actually watch them, not even our horses, we look at Shane's and Yoga's horses, and it's
And
so
you can
good to
name
see
them. You
them.
can name them now. Walk around the
Yeah.
stable and introduce you to all
I
of
think
them.
even the guys we bought just to the racing, they went to the yard, they saw the horses the day before, and then they went to racing. It just gives you a complete different feel when you actually seen the horse and you know the horse. Different feel completely.
You know, I always tell that story, a great story, and I'll keep it very short this time.
Good.
I'd
Wake me up when it's
spent a year in training, working, call it what you want, with Duncan Howes, and it was a great year because I learnt a lot and learnt a lot. There's still tons more to learn. I'm not suggesting I know everything, but the one particular day we had got to the stables early in the morning, very early, because there was a colic there was an issue, or trot horses out, and the horse had injured itself. But it was just a shocking morning. Get the horses to the float, get them onto the float. The one refused to load, didn't go in. Get this, get that. Couldn't. The horse refused to load. Sweating. It was the middle of summer. Get home, have a shower, get to the races. And those days it was no COVID, no nothing. I'm going back a good couple of years.
Is this a long story or a short one?
The one guy said to me, he said, "How are you, Warren?" I said, "No, I'm well." He said, "Look at this." He said, "What a wonderful, easy game this is. You just arrive, boom, the horses are in the parade ring, no problems, no issues." And I thought to myself, I said, "Mate, you don't know what these people go through to get to this point." So the point I'm making is you guys have seen it from maybe not a bad day perspective, but you've been to the stud farms, you've come to the training centre, you've seen what the trainer goes through. He's on the phone all the time to get to the races, to win that race. And that's
Yogus,
Yogus loves his phone. He must be. Is he sponsored by Vodacom?
We're trying to get that.
Shane
Yeah.
has one.
So it's a lot of work that goes into getting these horses into their races.
But it also helps if you're in with the right trainer, so that you sort of get on the same wavelength.
100%.
Yeah,
because if you don't click with your trainer,
we happy with our two trainers. Chalk and cheese, but so happy.
We can rock up in there at 5 o'clock and they just do their thing. Both like well-oiled machines.
Yeah. And it's true what you say, because every human is different. You've got female trainers, you've got male trainers, you've got some trainers that have got a good talent, but their bedside manner or their public relations aren't so great. You get people that are maybe not the highest achievers, or their stats aren't the greatest, but they're good people. So you just got to find who you match well
find
with.
your niche, and then it does help though.
Okay, now you are going to Swaziland.
Yes, Eswatini.
So what's it called?
Eswatini.
Okay, why are you going there?
I'm going fishing.
When we sat here, you said to these gentlemen and myself, you said, "I've just come from a COVID test," and we all wanted to try and run 3 kilometers away. You've got to stop that nonsense.
Listen,
so you can't say that.
I think
You
they
must
took
just
all
say
the viruses out because the lady stuck the thing so far up my nose. I think it had brain
Well,
cells.
I'm glad you
on it.
said nose.
brain cells, huh?
Obviously, the Chinese stick it somewhere else. Though.
So stuck it up your nose, you've got brain cells out.
Jesus.
Okay,
Yeah.
but because
my
you
eyes
must be
watered for about 3 hours afterwards.
You must be careful, because you must just say, "I've got no symptoms, but I'm going across the border and I need a COVID test."
Yeah.
Because now everyone's going to think you got. But
No.
you told me that your breakfast it was tasteless this morning.
Oh,
It was
It was.
Anya.
Now, fishing, hey? Geez, you got more time off than normally. You're the boss of us. Normally, I've got to send my
I'm
leave in to
a
you.
good
I think you must
manager.
send the leave in
I'm
to
a
me.
good manager. You actually know exactly what you have
What
to do,
to
so
do.
I don't have to work.
Okay, and
Let's
let's move
sort
on.
out all the cock-ups that you make. Yeah.
Let's move on to our producer and his colleague, because the colleague is very quiet this morning. I don't know. He's like gazing into the distance, and I don't know if he's dreaming about what happened last night.
I thought he was dug you.
And then our producer, Tawanda Talavinga. I didn't know that he got a new job. He didn't get a new job cleaning chimneys.
Jesus.
It looks like he stuck his head up in a chimney.
He made a balls up somewhere along the way.
What's
Jesus
happened there,
Christ.
Tawanda? Goodness gracious me. And you know, on the other day, what happened?
Yeah, come stand in front of the camera.
Come,
so we
come
can
and show
people.
everybody. Show everybody. Put your mug in front. Go and stand next to him. Put your mug there. Lower your head.
I thought it was shampoo.
Yes.
bleach.
It was bleach.
Okay.
You were bloody pissed again.
I was drinking with that.
The only problem is that he did. So okay, so there we go. And then you know that when we spoke about when our colleague over there came to work with holes in his jeans.
Yep.
Okay, and Tawanda came with clothes that were so creased they looked like a road map. And we appealed. You know, somebody sent him a new pair of jeans and somebody sent him an iron. But now we need to ask somebody to buy Tawanda a new belt. Can you see he's got all those paper clips on the side to keep his belt together?
Well, if he's so bloody thin, he's going to fall
Yeah.
through his bum just now.
Correct. Okay, now,
Enough of him.
I wish I was that thin.
any other questions before we go through the card? Are we going to ask Chad and Brendan about their runner? But any other questions that you want to pose, or anything else you guys want to add, or anything you want to shout out to somebody or to appeal? But any questions from you?
No,
Rubs?
does anybody know what the fishing's like?
When the tide is in.
Yeah.
No, I'm fishing for yellowfish.
Fishing for yellowfish, eh? Okay.
No, just for the Pete Pompies, Joe Soap, just the average guys. Racing is not, listen, it's not an easy game, but it's not impossible to get involved. If you get involved with the right people,
Yeah, but it's nice now also that Komishi ding in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Yes. Lovely advertisement for
Yeah, and that chap there, I can't remember who owns it.
Mr. Reynolds.
Mr. Reynolds owns it, yeah.
Ashwin
Reynolds, I think.
Reynolds, yeah. He said that the whole community is now sort of following that
100%.
horse. So you get a few blokes in there. And then MK's Pride in Joburg.
Yes.
All magic, we like that.
Mr. Nkale, yeah.
Yeah, it can be done. And you know, you can't force people to own horses. You know, as Mickey Goss said, you know, you can't force you said the black owners are few and far between because they don't actually see the point in it. So
But I think
you know,
Mr.
we always get head up for not being not transparent. What's the word? Getting other people involved, black people involved,
Okay.
and it's difficult. You know,
It is
that's not their
difficult,
way.
and I think the fact that Mr. Nkale is, he in his own right and his son are doing such a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I mean, their post-race interviews, I've watched them over and over again because they're so enthralling, they're so interesting, and it's a great advertisement. And I actually phoned Paul Peter, and I said to Paul, I said, how did you find Mr. Nkale? He said, no, Mr. Nkale found me. He said, I was at the races. It shows you how life presents itself in such strange ways. He said, I was at the races, and I bumped into this gentleman. He said, excuse me, Mr. Peter, would you mind if I have a word with you? And he said, I want to get involved in a racehorse. Can you help me? And look at the result. Yes, the result's not like that all the time. I mean, but you've got to understand
sure.
that. I mean, you know, you've got to understand that. So, yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that point, Brendan, because I've said to people, even with betting, you don't have to come to the races with 150 billion gazillion. You can come to the races with $50.
It's an experience.
And as you say, $6 here,
Yeah, it's
have a
an
beer,
experience.
have a Coke, have a Boerewors roll, another $6 there. And
Have
enjoy
another
it.
Boerewors roll.
Another Boerewors roll. And then if you do your $50, you have to walk home. But that's fine. We've all walked home before. And owning a racehorse, I've got friends that have got 5% in a racehorse, you know, and they're having a jaw. It's like it's their horse. They own the whole horse,
Yeah.
and that's great.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up. And then Summerfeld and Ashburton, we've said it a million times. Look, Summerfeld, I think as far as breakfast and clubhouses go, sets the standard. Ashburton, you know, is a beautiful setup, and you can go and enjoy the facilities there. So yeah, it's an all-round good experience. Before we let you guys go, now there's a runner on the weekend. Let me have a look. You see that? We're taking a deep breath
Named
now.
after the game from Chad Metz, Mr. and
So
Mr.
let's have a look here. It's race number. Let me have a look. Two. Now that's interesting. Okay. Now you'll see when I studied this form last night, because we do study form, don't we, Andrew?
Sometimes.
Thank you. 2-year-old colt, Buller Magic out of Nkandla. And I've underlined that, and I've circled here CC Britz, JT Edie, BT Gaillard, and KS Storky. Strange name, that KS Storky.
See, that's the UK man.
No, I'm only pulling everyone's leg. But tell us about how it got its name. Well, you say from the game.
I thought you would have
That's-
called it Jacob Zuma.
We were going to call it
Because of Nkandla.
couldn't call it Firepool. So his name is derived from that of his mother, and also the game farm where Chad met Mr. and Mr.
Yeah.
Nkandla.
Jeez, okay, so in Dhaka, hey? Goodness
Dhaka,
gracious me.
yeah.
Okay, in Dhaka.
Which means peaceful.
Okay.
And you'll see him in the ring.
Is he very
He's very
couldn't harm a
peaceful.
fly. He could. You could put a baby in his stable.
Oh, that's fantastic. Don't let that put you off, because I mean our cold hard
No,
cash.
we'd rather he's like that
Yes.
here, and
Yeah,
he's
Sure.
our good old cold hard cash. Wow, I'll tell you something. He sometimes has to be pulled into the parade ring. He's so half asleep. Okay, so what are you expecting? I mean, and we had this debate the other day. You know, when you ask people, and everyone's different. Some people say, "Well, what do you think of your horse?" I think it can't lose, and that's fine. If they want to say that, they can say that. But you don't have to. You know, tell us about your horse. What's he work is he showing? We don't want to know if you think he can't lose or he can't run a place, or how's he doing? What's he showing you at home?
firstly, we're not expectants. We're more hopeful.
Okay.
He races against winners,
Yes.
so we're also being a bit realistic. We get 3 kilos from them, I think it is.
Yes.
It's just a nice introduction.
Introduction to racing. 100%.
Hopefully he stays on. We don't expect him to win. If he can earn, that's a bonus.
Couple lengths off them and we'll be happy.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
there are 3 winners. There's a horse that has
You picked a nice race to run in.
But
party
also,
time.
it'll give you a nice gauge. To see
Yeah.
where you are,
100%.
Okay,
That's
so
exactly it.
Paris Ricks and
Good
who's the
Traveller.
Yes,
Traveller,
and
Waterbury Lane.
Lane.
Waterbury Lane, and then horse like Party Time. It finished a length of Waterbury Lane on debut.
Yeah, that's it.
He's
That'll be
sure to
See,
come
they've done
on.
their homework, huh?
Yeah.
Done their homework.
Yeah, when I got the noms, I was already going through the field.
Okay, so that's in Dhaka. So obviously you'll be at the races. I tell you something, I can't wait, and I hope like hell that I'm doing the interview when you do have your first winner. And when you do have your first winner, I'm going to have to ask them to bring an extra bottle of champagne.
You're going to need a couple bottles.
They lucky the race course not open to the people yet, because my word.
We would come with a busload.
There is no feeling like a winner. I tell you, people say, there's got to be a feeling. I mean, yes, having your first child or whatever the case may be, but it's a different feeling. I remember the day. I remember the horse called Smashing Boy. Duncan was that's how he met me, Duncan. I was standing on the rail at Clairewood.
He's regretted it ever since, I think.
I think he has regretted it ever since. You're quite right. And he came up to me and he said, "Excuse me, are you Mr. Lenferner?" No, I can't tell you on air what he calls me. He doesn't call me Mr. Lenferner anymore. He calls me many other things. And my own colours, black, yellow body with black sleeves and cap. Smashing Boy was my first winner. I can remember inch by inch of that race. I mean, it was just a feeling. I actually nearly burst into tears.
No, I think I'll probably do the same.
That's how enjoyable it was. So we look forward to that day, guys, and we really, really do. And I wish you and your team, and thank you for what you do and spread the word for a game that we all love, and we earn a living. You guys don't, we do, so we appreciate that. And nothing else to add, Andrew.
No.
We wait for the first winner.
We wait with anticipation.
If you
Maybe
want to,
Sunday.
if you want to be with us while we do our tipping, you're most welcome. If you want to sit back and relax, you don't have to go. We can just carry on. Let's go.
Carry on.
You can have your water, relax with it. Andrew, let's go.
Chirp if you want, huh?
Chirp
Please.
if you want, and
Shall do.
we enjoy your company.
If you guys have an opinion about any horses that they're going
I
to
But
did-
also,
talk about it.
the game also pays my salary, just by the way.
Oh, what do you actually do?
That's a good question. It's a damn good question. One of the most important questions. What are you?
I work for Pumalele Publications. I'm employed by them as a international sports and racing analyst. I do computer form,
Oh my gosh!
and then I have other
Okay,
publications,
I saw
newspapers,
Brendan
stuff like
Gaillard.
that.
Yeah, I
saw
thought you were
Brendan
the boy.
Gaillard. Okay, so this is Brendan Gaillard, the computer form Brendan Gaillard.
Okay, now we know.
Okay. No, we're just saying now we know good things is what I'm saying. Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. You say
what
you
do
say-
you know?
You say
Now
like
we
that.
we got a
Okay,
professor.
He's gonna keep you on your toes. He's gonna keep you on your toes.
Pull in
Just
your
might have a
tank.
difference of opinion.
Pull your
that's all.
tank in. Okay, she's Brendan. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, so, and you're still based in Joburg, okay?
Well, we are, but at the moment we're working remotely now during lockdown, stuff like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
geez, that's right. Because of course, then you'll know Trevor Reid.
Rod, Jermaine, I just spoke to Trevor now earlier on. Rod, Jermaine, Trevor, and Jack Milner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I worked with Trevor Reid at
Winning form.
Winning Form. Is he still? Well, I get messages
Yes,
now and
the
again.
same, yeah.
Still the same. He wears his black clothes.
No.
He
he's only
changed his
black
outfits. He's
Yeah,
normally
yeah.
in black clothes, and he's like us, loves the game.
Oh,
He's-
very passionate about the
okay,
game. Love
Trevor
his
Reid.
racing.
Okay, so you're part of that team.
And
Well, that's
is-
fantastic.
He calls a spade a spade. Let's
He
put it that
calls
way.
a spade very much a spade. Yeah, a sharp spade too. Let's go, race one. And your income, your job.
I can try, but I finished 4,000 odds, so we'll try.
No, but I'm saying your.
For me, I
your
work
job.
in the petrochemical industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we
So
are
that
hoping
allows us.
that he's still with us on Sunday. He
Yeah.
could get a call out.
Because I might be crossing the border.
Yeah, you're also crossing the border.
Where are you going?
Malaysia.
Oh, she's okay.
Okay, let's go. Race one is at 20.
Warren should have the
past
winner, yeah, of the first.
Yes, 25 past. No, 20, Andrew, not 20, eh?
20.
Not Twitter.
20.
Not Twitter.
Twitter.
25 past 12. Race one, maiden juvenile, played for fillies over 1,400 metres. Two Hearts Ease, certainly improving and got to have a big chance. Andrew, 6 Mbajeje, a good debut. But I'm in the camp, and I'm in the camp in a big way with number 3, Poppy of Bayou.
I think I watched her work this morning.
Did you?
Yes.
How did she go? Very, very fast.
Very, very fast.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think she'll win.
Brendan, you happy with that? Okay,
100%.
the boys are all nodding.
She finished ahead of Hearts Ease on debut, and Hearts Ease run second.
Yeah.
since.
Yeah, so there we go. Let's keep that short and sweet. We're just giving you a guide. As we've said time and time again, it's a guide. Use it, don't use it. We can't sit here all day and go through every horse and every race. The second race, Juvenile Plate over 1,200 metres at 1 o'clock, top of the hour. Your maximum on Indaka. I mean, you heard from the boys what they think of their horse, and we wish them all the very best if they do happen to win, because the biggest certainty in racing is the uncertainty. So if it happens to win, we'll be celebrating in the parade ring. But, Andrew, what do you like? What have you tipped?
I tipped Good Traveller because I thought Anton rode Paris Rix last time and he jumped onto Good Traveller, but uncomplicated one quite easily yesterday. Yeah. So romped home. Yeah.
Very cleverly named. Out of the mare, it's complicated, and they're called the 2-year-old uncomplicated.
Yeah. So that's what's, I don't know. I've had may have changed my selection after I'd seen that run.
What do you make of Waterbury Lane?
I thought it was a good run last time. He came from a long way off to win that race.
But I think the race was run to suit him.
Yes,
those two cutthroats up run.
Okay.
I thought that was a good win. So those are the three I would go for.
So that's Good Traveller, Waterbury Lane, and Paris Rix.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not too concerned. Are you concerned about the draw of Good Traveller? I'm not really.
No.
Anton Marcus certainly will have it all to do. 8 Indaka is owned by the team. Let's hold thumbs for them and for a very good run. The third race.
Hope to upstage them.
The third race is a maiden plate over 1,000 metres.
If it does win, you say, we got the lot.
Probably won't even have a bet, to be honest.
You've got to have a little 50 each way sentimental. I never let any of them go loose. Times have progressed from the Clairewood days, boys. And you can have a nice roast and veg now. Okay, third race. Andrew, you're speaking about Gary Rich, and you're probably going to think I'm a little balmy, but that's fine. 50 to 1 last time. I did mention to the viewers on TV, Gary came to me, said this horse has improved very much. I'm expecting this horse to just about win. They all thought I was balmy. 50 to 1 shot, ran second, nearly beat Sugar and Spice. That form line's working out okay. I'm going for no name brand.
Well, Jimmy the Rich didn't tip it, so that worries me a little bit.
He just wants his father to get the right price.
Yeah, okay. I've gone for Promise to Dream. I thought that Joburg form was not doing. The two runs that he finished down the field were behind winners, and Warham I think is a fair sort of a horse.
Now, I respect Promise to Dream. I respect Wire Mowing and the Potgieter's and Ryan Manga, but the only thing that's putting me off is a 423-day rest. But I have seen horses make winning comebacks.
It's a hell of a long way to come down to
travel for
so
if the horse is not ready.
Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely. Okay. Gents, anything?
I'm interested to see what price Shampopo Shampisi starts. They backed a first timer, a Hollywood first timer from that stable on Wednesday.
Yes.
Vegas Gold. I like the way that horse is bred. I see they paid a fair bit for it as well. And Lyle Hewitson rides.
Okay, good point, and worth taking note of. Lovely name, Shampompo Shampisi, and there is an explanation as to how this horse got its name, but unfortunately I left those documents on my desk at home. I will let everybody know at the races on the weekend. Okay, let's a quartet horse for me, number 5, Zuberi. But in the fourth race, let's move on to a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,000 metres. For me, it looks What a Splash. Michael Roberts' horse for Serena Mudley, improving. I love to see a horse's form like it's improving every time. She doesn't face the strongest field. I think she'll be quite tough to beat. Do you agree, boss?
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those iffy sort of a fields, but I think that'll probably be the right one.
Chad, Brendan, any lurkers, anything you could...
Yeah, that's obviously the horse to beat on form. I like the improvement in Dombi made after a rest last time.
Yes.
And if she can build on that, I think she'll probably be the
Yeah, that maiden field wasn't strong though.
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't, but it was a good effort. Yeah, it was a good effort, and certainly could get into the action here in Tomby. Let's move along. How's my book? All right, see this race 5.
Well,
and it's not Brendan's fault because
nice publication,
because I printed it. But here's the 5th race, friends. This is the 78 handicap over 2,000 metres, and I'm just going to swap my book over because the page is on the other side and it's upside down. Bayview Express is my each-way value selection on the day. It's Yogus Governor's horse, Anton Marcus from an Eat Draw. I've been following him. Yogus has told me many times he rates this horse. He's been gelded. And maybe the team from the stable might be able to tell us a bit more, if Yogus has mentioned this horse at all. I like him.
Yeah, well, I think we do too. But a horse that fits a similar profile is Origami. Progressive 3-year-old has improved twice after gelding. It's now third run after a rest. He beat a horse that won. He finished second to a horse that has won again since. So I make it between Baby Express and Origami.
Yeah, I like Baby Express. He's down in class. He's also a little bit down in the ratings.
Jimmy the Rich.
And you got Marcus on. So
he's won twice. He's won twice on that.
Yeah. Anton, I remember when Anton, the
He won
second
at
time he
Scottsville.
won, it was at Scottsville, I think, if my memory serves me correct. And I was standing there, and Anton said, "Oh, he liked this horse. He likes him." So we're going to follow him. Baby Express, Origami. Yeah, Jimmy the Rich. I see in the official winning forms gone. Baby Express from Origami. So we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. Race 5.
What about High Green? Jeez, he got cleaned up
You
last
like
time.
that horse? I must say, I'm not saying it can't win. I never say they can't win, but he's not my first. I don't
I don't
wild
know
about
if it was
this
his
horse.
first choice, but geez, he was unlucky last time.
So you suggest throwing to quartets,
I would
trifectas?
definitely put him in the bigger bets. Yeah.
Lovely. So there we go. High Green, a bit of value there from Andrew's side. 6th race is a 90 handicap. I'm going to leave this one to you guys because it's an 1800 metre event. And to be quite frank with you, obviously come race day I'm going to have to give a bit of a selection. But at this point in time, recording on a Thursday, I don't like anything in this race. I might end up putting the field.
I think it is a bit of a field race. I've gone Al's My Daddy. It's had one run for Gareth. Cape Town form wasn't too bad. They paid bombs for this horse, didn't they? Al's My Daddy.
She's beautifully bred out of a mare called Consensual, yeah.
Yeah, but that's where I've gone, but with not too much confidence.
Chad, anything that jumps out at you?
I think that also jumped out at me initially. Cape Town form, you have to appreciate that. Second run, I think should go
Tighten
very
up
close.
and improve. Brendan, you happy?
Oh, well, in a
ran-
field like this, I like a horse that comes into the race in good form.
Yeah.
Hattrick seeking Spring Fling. He's won twice ever since they've taken the scoops off. Both under the Atandile Mgudla. A similar sort of race.
The handicap has clobbered him, though.
Yeah, he has.
6 and 6.
This would be, I would assume, Gentleman's Wages better on the poly track.
Yeah.
Mistaken, yeah. No, I think I like a bit of Spring Fling.
Okay, so there's the team.
He's won those two races well, though.
Yeah.
Spring Fling.
Okay, so Gentleman's Wager, Al's My Daddy, Spring Fling. I'm on the fence. The 7th race is a Pinnacle Stakes over 1100
I'm on the
meters.
fence, is not running.
Pardon?
I said, I'm on the
Speaking-
fence, is not running.
Okay, no, it's number 9. It's number, I'll tell you what number I'm on the fence is. It's number 11. 7th race. You couldn't tell the guy to please preferably cut the grass in 20 minutes time when we finish. No.
And it's coming closer.
Okay, Pinnacle Stakes, 7th race, 1100 meters. Call me biased. You can call me what you like. I've been called
I wish I could.
no, I'm sure you do, but I've called many horrible things, but that's
children's
just one of those
program.
things. I like
Let me guess. Spider's Corner.
the progressive 3-year-old. I think he's very, 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 very good.
Yeah, I think so too. He was touch unlucky last time, but Duncan was laughing at the track yesterday.
Yes.
He was saying that everybody thought it was a good thing, and then he said to them, I don't think so. I haven't galloped. The horse has been raining and all that. I think he might be short of a gallop.
And improved.
And improved. He
Short
got beaten.
second. So he'll be coming into the race a bit more fitter.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an excellent effort, to Shinnecock. So yeah, I'm in Spider's Corner's camp, but it's not as easy as that. It's never a one-horse race. Sunset Eyes is a 7-time winner. Winter Storm is a 5-time winner here from Gauteng.
Yeah, but we'll see how good he is now. I mean, but he's got 52 on his back. I see
Yeah,
the blinkers are off. He's got with the cheek pieces on. But if he's gonna do anything in the season, he's got to win here.
Well, yes, and I think it's a test to see because they do rate him. And Muzi Yeni gets the ride. He knows this horse well.
And he gets 8.5 kilos from Pearl of Asia.
Yeah.
Who I like.
Yeah.
Pearl of Asia, outstanding chance. Gelding,
Yeah.
5-time winner. Good rhythm, can't be ignored either. Number 10, never off the action. Done so well for Louis Cruson. So yes, although
Pearl of Asia, I think, is better down the straight.
Sorry?
Pearl of Asia, I think, is better down the straight.
I do think he's a better sprinter.
Yeah.
He went to a sprint last time. Whether he's as effective around the turn at Greyville, remains to be seen.
So you can hear from the general consensus is that Spider's Corner is our first choice, but there is opposition. And
What about a horse like African Warrior? High
I
class
don't know what to
2-year-old.
make of him, eh?
Down from a 115 to a 101.
He needs to come down a bit more.
Just horribly out of form.
Yeah. Good point. He's come down, but you're right, Chad. We might need to come down a bit more because That's that good old saying, they might lose their form, they never lose their ability, and clearly he's got ability. But he's going to pop up one of these days, you're quite right.
Yeah.
So maybe a quartet inclusion, trifecta inclusion for African Warrior. Let's go to the 8th, the penultimate event. On the card, it's a 78 handicap for the girls over 1,200 metres. Remember, we are at Hollywood Bets, Greyville. We're on the turf. Lovely to be there. Andrew, take it away.
Jeez, you stick me with the hard ones. I've gone She's a Keeper. I think lightly raced, 4-year-old. Been hanging in there. I think she might be the right one here.
Okay, let's go to Chad.
I like the 6 for Roberts.
Kalulo.
I think he doesn't. For a horse of his to win early, it must be showing something.
Yes,
I think
yes.
he takes his time with his babies as well. So if it has one early, I think we can follow that.
And Serena takes over from young Zuma.
Yeah. Serena on.
And then you got Intuitive, I think. Dean Canema's was
That one.
I like that.
won well last
I
time.
like that. She got a bit of a wide draw the first time around the bend, but I was impressed with the way she won. I think Keegan had to go early because there was a horse on his outside
Yeah.
that wanted to lug in. So he sent her early. And then I like a bit of Palm Heart.
Yes,
As
absolutely.
an outsider, I saw her work and I think I liked what I saw.
Yeah,
The draw was a bit off-putting, but on her work, I like Palm Heart and I like a progressive 3-year-old, so Intuitive.
Well, if you're on the track, you better just give Tabisa a bloody stab in the backside with a pin or something. Wake
I
him
did
up.
have a word with him earlier on. He said he'll try, and I suggested he do it.
Lovely. But
gotta wake up, though.
Tapisa, nothing wrong with the young tubs.
He walks around in a coma, man.
Nah, he's different class. He's got a very good sponsor. Now, and that wasn't a bad run to Her Royal Majesty, so certainly Palm Heart's worth a mention and worth respect. Intuitive. Now, I like Ruby Sky in the last race, and Intuitive beat Ruby Sky. So, yeah, let's see how that form line works out. Purple Moon's up, certainly worth a mention, but yeah, tricky race 8. Let's move to race 9. It's the Hollywood Bets Bright Future Maiden Plate for fillies and mares over 1,400 metres, 5:5. I'll start because I'm quite big. I know it's a competitive race, and I'm looking forward to hearing what the boys think about Megan because I've got her into my play, but my firm first choice is Ruby Sky. Speak. Speak up, yes, Boo, speak up. I like Ruby Sky.
I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out of this one.
You don't. Okay,
No.
fair enough.
Megan is a stable favourite of mine. Obviously, after our 2 colts, but I like her. I like her. What I see in the stable.
Right.
Well,
I like
she's
her.
been in the news just recently.
I like her pedigree. Yeah, she
It
has.
has been in the news.
I'm gonna take a swinger with Harry. Oh, sorry, Hatter. Yeah, I like a bit of Megan, but Ruby Sky, the horse to beat. Yeah.
Okay. Chad.
Also not the greatest feel in the world. I know this Another Love has been fancied quite a few times. Hasn't seemed to get it right. Because of the quality of the field, I think she could finally get it right.
Okay, Another Love for Chad. There we go. Now, that's a wrap, I think.
Yeah, we've been
Guys,
here long enough.
Yeah, no, we've been here long enough. It's great, and thank you for your time. My little informant told me that you guys were a little bit, what's the word? They had to twitch you to get you here. But no, I know that these kind of things, it can be a little daunting for those that are not used to it. But,
We'll get better next time. Yeah. For the next one.
Well, we're gonna have to
We probably lose our jobs inviting.
Yeah, for when we have a winner, we'll be good to go.
I must actually just run that past everybody.
No, fantastic. No, thank you. Thanks
Thanks
both of
for
you.
coming.
And
No,
please
thanks for
relay
having
our
us.
thanks to your partners and yeah, just all the thanks for loving the sport that we all love and yeah, let's keep it going and let's keep it growing and we wish you and your team all the best.
Thank you.
And yeah, lovely. No, thank
Tell
you.
me something. Have you told Spooky that you work for Computer Form?
He does know, yeah. I get hammered. I get hammered.
I'm very lucky that because
I do Western Cape Computer Form.
Okay.
I don't tip his horses.
there's a spider jumping on the table, so that's good luck, boys. Good
Spider's
luck.
corner.
Spider's corner. There's Spider's corner. Go to the corner. Great chase the spider.
That's a
to the
little
corner.
black one too. That means there's money around.
There's money around. So what I wanted to say is tomorrow there's another set of horses arriving. So some of the Gold Circle media team will be here receiving these horses. So we'll be treated to those lovely photos on Facebook. I'll I'll be recording a TV show with Dee's Dine at 8:30 because he's asked to bring it forward. So you guys will have to. I would love to be coming to Ashburton, but to stir the pot with all of you. But you'll have to do it without me.
Yeah, well, I'll stay in the background.
I'm
this
sure
time, I
Andrew's
think.
very good at that. So.
Yeah. We'll wait for you, Andrew.
And when you go past Dunks, like when he's got that grumpy face, like you said to Spooky, he's got that hard exterior, but he's soft inside. Duncan's the same. Just nudge him and say, "Hey, Spider's Corner, can we fire?" And see what he says.
But you know, so always check out with Dunks. He's got like a temperature gauge. If his ears start going red, then you bolt.
Okay, that's a wrap from us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Before we wrap up, just ask the people to drop a comment below.
Well, you know, Tawanda, I'm going to do that for you because we ask and we ask and we don't always get what we ask for. But we're going to keep asking. Maybe they will because
Well, the show's so long, they've fallen nodded off. But
they've loved it. I tell
Yeah,
you something.
absolutely.
You know what the problem is? Not the problem is just I forgot the one podcast. Did you see that we got like 23,700 views? I forgot to ask my mom to stop watching. She just kept watching
pushing.
and watching, pushing the play button, So I must tell her just to watch it 3 or 4 times.
I think this one you'll get a good couple.
And also too, but now you open the show. You said your mate of he's on the market, so you never know.
Hey, this might become a Tinder session after this.
Okay, please drop us a comment. As we've said it time and time again, and I'm going to say it straight to the point. We take no negativity. We take no hate speech. We take no nothing. Delete out if that is the case, because life's too short. People are dying of viruses and sicknesses. We haven't got time to entertain hate speech and all the rest of it. Got something constructive to say? Say it to us. Comment,
Like,
ask us
share,
questions.
subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. Any questions you want answered, fire away. We do it for you, and we love it. From Warren Inferno, Andrew Harrison, Brendan, Chad, and the team, God bless, goodbye. See you as always in the number 1 box.